Okay, but the main thing that we are going to look at today, right, boys and girls, would be answering techniques for your graphic organizer questions, okay? So graphic organizers are basically your posters, all right, the ones where they give you pictures and then they give you lots of information and you have to basically answer MCQ questions about them, right? Those are graphic organizer questions. So we'll definitely look at that. Today we'll look at grammar MCQs, vocabulary MCQs, as well as open-ended comprehension. And between the vocabulary MCQ and open-ended comprehension, I think that's where we'll be learning the answering techniques for the graphic organizers, also known as your visual stimulus, all right, if I'm not wrong. So same thing, everyone, please leave your video on and leave your microphone muted. Ask me a question, answer questions, or share feedback only using the chat function in Zoom. All right. If you need to go to the toilet, just inform me that you need to go to the toilet. You will be excused and return as soon as possible. Okay. Because your camera is turned on, that's good, right? At least I know when you're back. Let's begin. So first up, grammar MCQs. Okay, those of you who have answered online, you don't need to give me the answers anymore. But for today, I would require Nicole and Irina's answers because I can't see your answers online. Okay, so for the first one, my friend wrote me a letter from Vietnam last week. What is the answer for this, Irina and Nicole? The clue here is last week, isn't it? Last week. What does that tell you? So Irina is correct. For this one, Zoe and Sanvi got it wrong. Please give me your answers again, Zoe and Sanvi. Sanvi, that was the answer that you gave me that was wrong. Please give me another answer. That is wrong as well, Sanvi, unfortunately. How about Zoe? So online, right, Zoe, you gave me D. D was actually wrong. Okay, so yes, Zoe, currently your answer is correct. Good. And Sanvi, your latest answer is correct, but it's your second try already, so it's not considered a point to you. Okay, I still haven't received Nicole's answer for this one. Which form of the verb do you think would be correct for the answer over here, Nicole? Seeing as how the letter was sent last week, I kind of gave you a really big clue there already, actually. Okay. That is wrong as well, Nicole. Unfortunately, the answer is actually just sent. Okay, it's just sent. The answer is B. So let me give you your marks first, and then I will explain why the answer is B over here. All right. So Elena and Elena are not here. So these are absentees. For the rest, everyone gets 1 point, except for Nicole and Sanvi. Okay, that's 1 point to everyone. Okay. Now, why is it sent? Now over here, sent is actually the simple past tense. It's the simple past tense of what? It's the simple past tense of send. Okay, so send is a simple past tense. It's to talk about anything that's in the past. And in this case, last week is in the past. Okay. Now you might ask me, Mr. Joel, when will we use had sent then? Because a lot of you think the answer is had sent. Now remember, boys and girls, when we have the word had in front, plus after the word had, we have the past participle of the verb. Just a quick point of note, past participle verbs, right, are the third form of your verbs. Okay, so some examples of past participle verbs are, oops. Okay, so we have forget, forgot, forgotten is the past participle form of the verb. Freeze, froze, frozen is the past participle form of the verb. Okay, what else? Fly, flew, flown is the past participle form of the verb. Think, thoughts, thoughts, right? Thoughts over here is the same as a simple past tense, is thought as well. Any verbs that end with ed in the simple past tense, right, will end with ed in the past participle verb form as well. There are just a few more special ones like forget, change to forgotten, freeze, change to frozen, and fly, change to flown. Okay. And then there are quite a bit of other ones as well, but that's the main idea. So, yeah, flown. That's right, Sanvi. We also have. Let me think of another one. Know, right? Know. I know something. I knew about something. If I had known about it. Okay. So over here, had the plus the past participle verb would give us the past perfect tense. Okay, had plus these types of verbs over here would give us the past perfect tense. So when do we use past perfect tense? Okay, it's when we need to talk about something happening more in the past than the simple past tense. Okay, let me give an example over here. For example, that's what EG here means, right? E dot G dot means for example. When you go to, like, let's say the provision store to buy ice cream, right? You cannot immediately eat the ice cream in the store. You have to pay for it first, then you can eat the ice cream, right? So the paying had to happen first, then the eating of the ice cream happens after. Make sense, yeah? So in this case, if I wanted to say that, if I wanted to use the word ate to indicate something in the simple past tense, for example, I say, Irena ate the ice cream, right? And I want to let the reader know that she actually paid for it already before she ate the ice cream. I can actually say over here, Irena, all right, ate the ice cream, all right. And then I can add another sentence here. But of course, she had paid for it. Okay, so we notice over here, when I say had paid, this is the past perfect tense to show that this happened more in the past than the simple past tense over here. Okay, sometimes there isn't even a simple past tense to compare it to. Sometimes we use the past perfect tense, right, to show that something happened before anyone could do anything about it. So for example, Irena had eaten the ice cream before anyone could stop her. Right, so look at this. She had eaten it. All right, that's the past perfect tense to show that the action, right, is done. It's super done in the past. All right, the past perfect tense before anyone could stop her. All right, so hopefully from this, we understand when to use our past perfect tense, and we can also see why it is not suitable for this example over here, because all that they said was last week. Nothing happened before this simple past tense sentence. So the best answer here is actually B. Okay, I hope that actually clarifies for you what the past perfect tense is and how you're supposed to use it. So over here, just use the simple past tense. Of course, if we explore A and C as well, we know that A is wrong because A is in the simple present. And since there's an S behind for the simple present, we know that the subject must be singular. Okay? And this is wrong as well, because instead of had in front, it's has. So this is actually the present perfect tense. Okay? The present perfect tense is very much like the past perfect tense, except that the front word over here, okay? The front word over here, we use has instead of had. All right? We use has if the subject is singular. We use have in front if the subject is plural. But both have sent and has sent are both considered present perfect tense. All right? When we get to that in the future, I will cover it, but it's not so important to know for this question yet. Okay, but when we get to a present perfect tense question, and I'll explain more about when we use the present perfect tense. Okay, so here we have 4 different tenses that's presented to us. The first is the simple present, all right, in singular form. Then the simple past tense, then the present perfect tense, and then over here, we have the past perfect tense. All right. Next. Question 2. Cricket, what a famous game in many parts of the world today. And once again, over here, we have a very strong clue. Today, right? Means it's still true now. It's still true today. For this question, I need Irena and Nicole's answer. And Zoe got this question wrong as well. Zoe, please provide me with your answer too. Irena, you are correct. Nicole, unfortunately, you are wrong. Zoe, you are wrong as well, unfortunately. So over here, let me give you all your marks first. So Zoe doesn't get it, and Nicole doesn't get it as well. Let me explain. Okay. Over here, we need to use is. Why? Because is actually the simple present form. And is for singular subject. So cricket over here is one game. So cricket is singular.